Good afternoon, Denver. Welcome once again to Health God's Way Radio. This is Dr. Jess Baldwin. We got Dr. Pat Ray in here with me today. How you doing, Doc?
Dr. Jess, I am doing phenomenally well. It's a beautiful day in Denver.
It is, man. Aren't they all?
Yep.
There's a reason. There's a reason that we live here, man.
Snow, sun.
Yep.
I don't like wind. But
No, yeah, we had some wind last week. It was not fun.
So bottom line is we got a great show for you guys today. We're going to actually be talking about the differences in types of treatment and care that you receive in various types of doctors' offices.
Yeah.
We have some guest speakers that are going to be coming in, or not coming into the studio, they're going to be calling into the radio show. And we're going to be hearing some pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, and both of these people actually found us through the radio show.
Nice.
You know, every week we give out our phone number for people to call in to come in and get a free wellness evaluation in one of our offices.
Exactly.
And these people took advantage of that. At least one of them I know did. But that number is 303-669-2146, 303-669-2146, and the first 10 callers today are going to get that opportunity to come into the office, get those free wellness evaluations. We've got offices, let's see, all over the place. We're up the north area of town. That's where your office is, Doc, and kind of the Thornton,
Westminster, Northglenn, Broomfield, Brighton. We're getting people from Greeley coming in now.
Excellent.
So it's nice.
We're in the tech center. We're in my office is in the southeast part of the metro area, out in Parker, Aurora area. And then our newest member to the team, Dr. Brianne Simmons, is kind of out to the west. Right?
Lakewood, Wheat Ridge, that type of area.
So we got you covered, metro area. If you want to get in and get one of those free wellness evaluations, that number again is 303-669-2146.
And what I want to do is actually encourage everybody to take down that number again. And because here's what typically happens. I hear this all the time with the patients. It's like, gosh, you guys don't give me the number enough. And by the time I decided I'm going to give that a call, you give me the number, give me the number. So please write it down or put it in your cell phone or type it in your computer, put it on your scratch pad. It's 303-669-2146 for those wellness assessments. Now, to start things off, we're going to kind of talk about the different types of medical providers that there are. There's a full gamut, and as a health consumer, you have to make a decision on how you want to be cared for. I mean, you have to make that choice and that decision. Now, because we live in the United States, the dominating healthcare provider is the medical community, your medical MD, medical doctor, that type of thing. Now, you have to understand specifically what you're getting when you are going to a medical doctor, all right? Now, Jess, if you walked into a medical office and you had a complaint, let's say you had, shortness of breath, or you had a neck pain or a headache or constipation or something, and you were concerned about it, what is the first thing that the medical doctor is going to run? Some type of
some test, right?
Some test. Yeah. And I'm going to call it, for lack of a better term, a medical test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got to understand, what is it that a medical doctor is looking to diagnose?
A symptom of some sort?
Not a symptom. They're actually looking for disease.
Disease.
You walk in with a symptom.
Right.
What the medical doctor is looking for is a disease to correlate with that particular symptom.
Right.
So if a medical provider runs that medical test, if you will, and it comes up negative, I mean, what are they going to tell the patient the majority of the time?
There's no disease there?
No, you wish they would say that. I mean, what they really should tell is a moment of encouragement. They should tell the patient, hey, congratulations, we ran the test, you don't have a disease. But they don't do that.
Yeah.
What they do is they make a patient feel kind of stupid. Okay? They go, well, I didn't find anything, there's nothing wrong with you. Now, our bodies were designed by God. God's a pretty smart character. Okay? He knows what he's doing. Now, he gave us a signaling system in our body called the symptom, some type of a signaling system to tell you something's wrong.
Right.
Now, just because you don't have a disease doesn't mean nothing is wrong. That just means you don't have you're not at the end of the game. Because understand, disease is very, very close to what entity? Death.
Death, yeah.
Okay? And the majority of people that get a disease wind up progressing to the next level regardless of medical intervention. So what they should say, and I would love to encourage any of this to happen, is just say, look, congratulations, you don't have a disease, but you're not healthy either. Because if you were healthy, you wouldn't be getting a signal from the body. Now, from a medical approach, and again, we're just looking at differences, if you have a symptom and no disease, what's a medical doctor going to provide you?
drug, some type of treatment for that symptom.
Right, an anti-symptom,
Yeah.
whatever it is, with all of its side effects and dangers. But whether it's a constipation drug, you're going to get something to go to the bathroom. If you can't go to the bathroom, they're going to give you something to go.
Yeah.
If you can't breathe, they'll give you something to breathe easier. If you've got a headache, they'll try to suppress your headache. See, does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, but see, the problem with that type of treatment is that if you don't treat the cause, the problem gets
Worse.
worse, and then you wind up diseased.
Yes.
So the truth of the matter is, well, we're going to give you this drug to try to suppress your symptoms, and then once it becomes a disease, we'll get a positive medical test, and then we'll treat the disease
Right.
in the hopes that you don't die.
Right.
And that is, again, that's the majority of patients. That is the medical approach to care. Now, when you look at a typical chiropractor, now included in this, I'd also include probably acupuncturists, homeopaths, naturopaths, massage therapists, these types of providers. But understand their mode of intervention is still based upon one thing, and that's symptom driven. Okay, you go to a typical chiropractor, you get a headache. What are they going to give you? An adjustment, a modality of some variety to work to suppress the headache.
Yes.
But again, whether you're taking a Tylenol or a chiropractic Tylenol, you're still accomplishing one goal: suppressing the symptoms. And if you suppress the symptoms, the body's going to get angry as it gets worse and worse until it ultimately becomes a disease again. And you've got to get more and more of the intervention to suppress those symptoms.
Right.
Now, again, whether that's a good approach or bad approach, again, we don't do that. Here at Health God's Way, the doctors that sponsor this broadcast, we work in a mode of not managing the symptoms, but working to figure out what's the cause.